Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another City Skyline experiment video where today we're going to be doing our first ever experiment with the brand new campus DLC expansion pack. Now I've already done two videos on this in the past, one just kind of briefly looking at the overall view of this campus DLC, and another one is we've implemented our first university into Foolstown too. Now, what I want to do today is I want to find out which is the biggest, which is the best, which is the greatest university out of all three, because we know there's three of them to choose from. There's the generalized university, there's the art school, and the trade school. Now, what I've done is I've built a city, as you can see right now, which has all the basic necessities to be pretty much up and running as a city. It has everything that's needed. It has the residential, some commercial, industry, offices, pretty much everything that's kind of needed right now. And the only thing that we don't have is any education whatsoever. Not even on a basic level like elementary or high schools. And I've kind of created up a system where we're going to create each of the three universities equal. I want to see which one the residents, the citizens choose over the other. I want to see which one is better than the other. Which one kind of gives more an effect to the city and its educational needs. And we're pretty much going to find out that today. So if you enjoy this experiment, I want to see more experiments, not only in City Skylines, but to do with the campus DLC, then let me know by smashing that like button down below, and if you are new around here, make sure you subscribe too. But guys, we are here. So just give you a brief overview right now. We have this kind of city set up. So we have like a bunch of high density in the middle, just kind of gives us the bulk of the residents. Some high density commercial on the outskirts there, low density on the other outskirts, some industry and some offices. Now, a lot of it is screaming, especially the offices and the high density commercial, about not having enough workers, and that's purely down to the fact that we have no education, no schools, nothing in right now. Well, let's say 0%, it's 100% uneducated. So this is going to change everything right now. So I've got 3 spots open up here, which is centralized to the residential area. So they're almost borderline equal distance, so they can't choose one over the other based on distance. I'm going to have like the university, the trade school, and the art school. Let's see what happens. We'd also give each one its own sports center and equal kind of public libraries as well. So again, one can't be favored over the other. It's all down to the personal preference of the citizens, which is going to be really exciting to find out what happens and give us more of an understanding of this actual DLC and what we can do with it. So I think first things first then, we're pretty much going to zone these areas. So if we go to paint now 3 brand new, big, beautiful campus areas. So I'll do it nice and chunky. So that'll be the first one there. The second one is here. We'll expand it where it needs to be expanded as we go on. But they're the 3 areas added in there. 3 big boy campus areas. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the whole game paused at this moment. So we'll get it all in, everything thrown in, and then we'll press play and see what happens. So I'm not too sure if they will skip the education process. I have a feeling that's not how it works. I'm almost 100% sure that's not how it works. But we're going to have to get the generalized elementary school and high school in anyway. So we'll get the campus stuff in, and then when we press back into play mode, I'm not going to press play again until everything's all up and running. We're going to see what happens. So I've got the super demand on, so we've got the constant flow of people coming in, and we also have unlimited money because we all know how expensive this campus DLC is. So let's start with the trade school. I'm going to first put the administration building down for each one. So here is the trade school one being dropped in. Move on to the art school. That building is now dropped in. And the general university, there we go. So they now have the University Campus of Lake Valley, the Barlow Trade School, and the Garnet Academy of Arts. Glorious, glorious. So what I'll do then is we'll kind of create, this is going to be the interesting part now. We're going to create a big rectangle for each. There we go. And we're going to drop down a ton of dormitories, so we can pretty much have all the space we need for the I was saying the residents for, well, the residents of the university, the students. There we go. So we've got first set up then the university campus, and we're going to go with this dormitory right now. What I think will be the best thing to do is just come off it every so often. So if I come off it 3 times, then we can go back to back on each side. So there we go. I need to make sure I got the exact same amount of number. So can I get another one in? Yeah. So there's 6 on, well, yeah, 6 there. We'll try and do 6 on this side too. Ooh. Let me delete that one. Replace that one down. It wasn't over enough. There we go. 6 there. So we got pretty much 12 dormitories all together. Boom and boom and boom. So we're going to have to mimic this on each of them now. I'm not going to do everyone on camera. I'll do some of it off camera. But I just want to give you a basic feel for how we are going to be doing this. So if I then ran a small path up the side there, and a small path up the side here as well, it gives us room to kind of squeeze little bits and bobs in there as well. So we've done the dormitories then. Next is the study hall. Now the more of these buildings we get in, it also means the more kind of let's kind of place that, more students we can also take on in the campus. So again, if I kind of do the same here now, bring it down, and we'll get a couple of study halls in. So we'll do 3 study halls, kind of in line with the 6 dormitories there. We've got a groundskeeping building, which these are the small buildings I can squeeze in every so often. And this kind of stuff now, I'll only place in 1 of each. So 1 of each should be fine. Boom. We've got the gymnasium. Again, some buildings are bigger than others, and that's where we'd have to kind of squeeze everything in. The cafeteria, I get, again, 3 of those in. And as long as we understand how we're doing this, it should be very easy to then replicate in other areas. So we'll get you there. What was that, by the way? That was the university library. Math club. Again, very small buildings we can squeeze in. The graduation ceremony. There we go. We got another academy statue we'll get in. The auditorium, which I can squeeze in just there. We've got next the laboratory. I keep calling it lavatories. It's laboratories. There we go, Seniac. Get it right. Damn fool. Right, there we go. I'm trying to save as much space as possible before we get the big boy buildings in. Right, chess club. Get just there. Another statue thrown in. And these are the big boy buildings now. So the first one can go here. Second one can go there. And this third one can just squeeze in just here. And with the power invested with me and this stuff, we'll just kind of close it all off to kind of create that rectangle. Can I create? No, we'll just do something like this. Create those little walkways and all that kind of good stuff. And that's the first university set up. So bear in mind there is 12 dormitories, 3 study halls, 3 cafeterias, and then 1 of each building. Now, when it comes to the sports venues, is it possible if I placed in 1 there? Yeah, I can have each school having 1 of them. So where does that fall under? Okay, it falls under that one. So 1 school can have 1 of each of the big sports stadiums. And we'll also throw in as well. Can I do the same for the museums? The science, art, technology. So if I just out of interest, if I place 1 down, okay, it can't be built again. So the art school can have the 1. What's the other one again? So it's technology. So will we class technology as being the trade school, maybe? Or should I have all of these individual? Now, if I placed it there and I clicked on it, no, it's like, I don't know what to do with the museums. Maybe give each one itself. Yeah, I think that's the best one. So science can go with the generalized university. The technology can go with the construction one. So this is the art gallery we're throwing over here. And this one can go just over here as well. Then sports stadiums, they're all going to have an American football stadium each. And just double check they're all in their zones. Yeah. And then, okay. So I'll get the other 2 universities all set up to the same standard as the first one. Then everything is borderline equal. It all has a museum. They all have a American football stadium, so they can compete with each other, which is really exciting. So if I clicked on it, it's like the university campus of such and such Buccaneers. And they'll verse other campuses and stuff like that. There's the Garnet Arts one. There's the Trade School Broncos. It's really, really cool. And we'll see which one the citizens prefer of the others, which one they swing towards, and then what it initially does to the city. Again, I've got to get all the schools and elementary schools and high schools in as well. Might even do like a little metro route as well and do like free travel just to kind of get the people moving. But yeah, we're going to see which one is more beneficial. So I've now got all 3 of them pretty much all set up. I got a nice little walkway over the roundabout. I forgot to mention this earlier. So if they choose to walk over here, we'll kind of see how things go to begin with. Now, before I press play, I'm not going to enable anything, but we can kind of see which one is the most expensive one. So it looks like the most expensive one is the Generalized University. Pretty much all the same thing anyway. And we can level it up, but I'm going to keep it as it is for now. We've also got the sports stadium, where we can change the team colours, but again, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Just to see what the base stuff kind of holds for us. Now, policies, again, this is the thing. Do I apply all this stuff? I might apply this stuff after to all 3 of them, if I feel like we're not getting enough students coming in. But we'll see how things go. Now, press play. Nothing really is going to change, apart from, luckily I've got unlimited money, so apart from the weekly income is going to drop dramatically, nothing really much is going to change. Oh, it needs power. That's the other thing it kind of needs. So let me just get these guys with a quick bit of power. Let's hook them all up. Right, there we go. They should be all up and running now. Any minute now. Let's fast forward. Yeah, there we go. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So nobody should be going to these universities at the moment. Okay, that's very interesting. Hold on. Hold on. Let me just pause. Right, look, I've got no capacity for elementary. I have no capacity for high school. We have no capacity for library. But we have a 45,000 capacity for university. And everybody, well, not everybody, 1,300 people have already chose to go there. And it's already instantly, just like this, guys. Click at the fingers. We have 37% educated. So does this mean we don't need elementary and high schools? Does that then make those redundant? No. It can't be like that, can it? It can't be. Let's put it back into play mode. What are they choosing then? The university? No students at the moment. The trade school? No students. The art school? No students. Hold on. Hold on. So where... I mean, the eligibility's there. It's not like they're going there just yet. We're having a fast forward session, see how it goes to begin with. So a lot of people are walking. There's a lot of movement right now. And the bulk of it looks like it's going to the trade school and art school. But then again, if I change the view, you can see them all coming down this side. Oh, this is interesting. Right, I'll give it some time, but it's causing some rapid upgrades to the city. That's going to go on a huge expansion now because we now have education. So, still no students. Still no students. Still no students. Right, this is interesting. So we've already now, we're kind of now progressing into the well-educated levels, which is good. So university-wise, there's now, yeah, still 1,400 eligible. It will increase as more people move in. But yeah, so that's interesting how it already automatically educates a lot of people without them. Oh, we've got one student at the art school, guys. One student. Ah, do you know what it could be? It could be we have to wait for them to be well educated to then progress into highly educated, which takes this. So, yeah, we might have to wait for the whole of the peeps to be educated enough. That's what it is. So basically, you can only go to university once you're well educated. To take that step from well educated to highly educated, you have to be well educated. So the educated and non-educated can't automatically attend university. That's why we're not seeing the sheer amount of people go to university. But now we've got some well educated. The highly educated, where are they choosing to go? It looks like they're choosing to go to the art school more than anything. I wonder why. I mean, the big bulk of people that you were seeing are people who work in the schools, because it also provides additional jobs. And some of them might be going to the sports stadium as well to get ready to watch the game, whatever game it may be. Okay. Again, we'll give it some time. We'll see how it ticks along quite nicely. Again, it's causing the upgrade, so it's going to cause even more people to move in. We've now got a 20,000 population. But also, it means now that the office area and the high-density commercial area, which was originally begging for them highly educated workers, now kind of have them. And that should have changed in our employment rate, right? Yeah, 5% unemployed. There is so many jobs available. So now we're getting 2% highly educated. So they've got to be graduating from school or being close to it. Still nobody for the University of Lakeland here, the Generalized University. Still nothing for the trade school, but we're getting something for the art school. 43 peeps now in. Right, so now I'm going to throw the curveball in then. So it looks like that technically, again, in quotation marks, technically, you don't need... Once you got the university in, you don't need to educate them in elementary and high school because they take that step and that leap. But I'm going to add it in anyway just to speed up the progress. So elementary school right now. And I'll place 1, 2, 3... Okay, 4. We demolish that building a little bit. That gives the capacity of what? A random number. Okay. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives us a nice chunky capacity there for elementary, so we can educate those guys. High school now, we'll get this set up, and we'll place it like here. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to need some power. There we go. So that give them the needs for that? Yes. So we'll do what we would normally do. You would normally add in the elementary school, you'd normally add in the high school, but when it comes to the university, you wouldn't normally add that in at this point when you got this DLC pack, because these universities are like a larger version of that, a more expanded version, so you wouldn't need that. So we'll keep it like that then. So with that on the scene right now, still no students. Okay, we now start to get some trade school students. Interesting. And then the arts is there, still there. So for the small amount that we do have, they seem to favor the art school over the others. So it goes art school, trade school, then university. Are they after like a very specialized thing? I don't know, but garbage is an issue right now as well. It looks like garbage could be an issue in the city, especially for the universities. Can you come and collect the garbage, please, garbage man? Oh, he's on the way right now. He's on the way to come and get it. Took your time. There you go. Yeah, okay. Is there a football game going on? Or is the football game finished and everyone's going home? Yeah. I think that's where the big bulk of people we've seen moving at the start, crossing over. I think that's where they were pretty much going to those games. So this team won. This team lost. That's a shame. And this team lost too. Wow. Is anybody... They're all facing the Westdale Spartans next, weirdly enough. But yeah, it's fairly interesting, isn't it? So, what's our education levels at like now? So 6% highly educated. Educated's took a big jump up now we got the schools in. Are we keeping up with the elementary kind of demand? Yeah, almost. Yep, fine. And we should get some public libraries in now, shouldn't we? So public libraries then, where do they fall under? Where's my public libraries? Let me just kind of... let me get... Right, public libraries, please. There we go. So does it have a capacity? Yes, it has 100 visitor capacity. But if I place in 3 there, I can't squeeze any in here, but we'll get some over here too. So we can really have like a large capacity for libraries in. There we go. Each side's got some. That's actually got 5, so we do 4, 5. So that's 3, 4, 5. Okay, each side's got 5 in. And you see now the library usage is slightly going up too. So again, more interesting to throw stuff in. So how are we doing now then? So still nobody going to that university. A couple more students for the trade school. And we've got... no, we've actually lost some for the art school. Interesting. So you got to remember as well, it costs to go to the school. So we probably don't have the money or the jobs in the city to pay for this school. So I might then start switching it over to free education. Only reason is we need a really rich city to be able to pay for the youngsters to go to school. So switching it over to free will be interesting. Now I'm going to pause it. I really need to sort out this garbage issue because they're not collecting the garbage quick enough for my liking. So hold on. Wait a minute. Alright, if I put, for the sake of it, 1 there and 1 there. Just for the sake of having some garbage trucks close by. So we can give them all a fighting chance. Right, pause it. Policies. We're going to do universal education for that one. Universal education for you. Universal education. So education is free, right? So regardless of the campus reputation, students don't pay tuition fees. Increases the campus attractiveness. Increases the student happiness. The cost, no income from the campus. But that's fine for us. I just want to see what happens. So we'll give it a couple of minutes then to kind of sort itself out. To understand what's going down. And what I'm going to do as well, because with the brand new DLC, is if I kind of paint this side here, going up, there is a brand new district policy where you can, it's called Industries 4.0, I believe. So if I paint this one side here, and it's called Woodland Square, policies, and then choose, it's city planning, Industry 4.0. It's a new technology, alter the nature of the industry workforce, all industry workplaces for well and highly educated citizens, increase production output, reduces workplaces. So it reduces how many people can work in that area, but it increases the output, it doubles it. And I want to see how that then changes the city. So does it initially change the buildings to begin with? From quick glance, no. Nothing's really changing, to be honest. Nothing really is changing. But we'll see how we go. I mean, there's other policies we can throw into it as well. To kind of boost that up a bit. Like city planning, we got Industry 4.0. We could do industrial space planning, throw that in as well. So that kind of creates the high paid jobs. And then we'll see what happens then. Again, we need the educated for it to change. So this university info, still no students. This one, students have disappeared. There's no students at all. And over here, 4 students. So universal education, free education, no, null affair. Now, could it be that it's too far away? What if we now included public transport? So again, pause it. And we'll get our little subway system on the go right now to bring the peeps over here. So I'm going to put a subway station outside of each one. So now there is a way to get here a lot easier. So if we place one there, right, I'm going to create a really good transport network. Put this one there. Really good transport network we're getting set up now. It's going to be glorious. And I'll get one just there as well. So let's get this connected. So let's get it all generalized first. Right, there we go. Something basic, something simple, but we now run round with it. So if we run round like this, and we'll start with a kind of large loop, like that, and then work the opposite way. So I haven't maximized it, but I've made it efficient enough that it will bring the people to and from the places. And just to make sure that not everyone is getting on certain trains and taking the long way, we'll also create a simple back and forth route here. For the workforce, complete the line there. So there's 3 lines there. Fast forward, and now there's no complaints about travel. Then what we do is we go to our policies, and is it services that we go for it? Free public transport, yes. Educational boost for the whole city as well, so everyone chooses to go to school. Free Wi-Fi increases, that's for the mail stuff, isn't it? Yeah. For-profit education, all educational facilities become for-profit and students are required to pay tuition fees. No, not that. Book fair, yeah, that will increase the libraries. Is there anything else I could do for this? High ticket prices, educational blimps. Yeah, that would be a good one. Schools out. What was that one again? Students prefer working. No, not that one. Right. Okay, city planning. Anything else we can throw in this one? I don't think we need to be honest. Boost connections. No, okay, right. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Leave it like that. So now, we don't have enough workers in this industrial area because they need to be highly educated, which currently at the moment, it's only 6% of the whole workforce. Elementary school, there's enough demand, plenty of demand. 2,000 there. That's gone up quite a bit, hasn't it? The city is still growing. We're up to 26,000 residents right now. And if I zoom in to the, as you can see, the subways right now. People come in, people go out. People come in, people go out. So how is this changing universities then at this point? So still no one for this one. The academic year is almost over. So it might regen. You never know. The trade school, no one. The art school, 4. So they just kind of all seem to have disappeared, haven't they? It's just really weird. So they disappeared because they're now choosing the other type of education, which is the schooling, or they just waiting to go through the schooling system before they progress into the university. We could still be, technically, a little bit too early when it comes to this. So I'm seeing some policing issues. So I'll get like a large police tower down. I mean, even though it kind of sorts this area out, we'll just get another one down here. I'll get a fire department down as well. Just kind of satisfy everything that's going on. Should be good, should be good, should be good. Let's get rid of this trash over here. There's a lorry. Is it going in? Garbage trucks has gone in. Is there one going to come and pick up the trash for this building, please? Anybody want to come and get the trash? Guys? Here we go. I picked up some of it, but couldn't get all of it. Whoa, a lot of people just came out there. And they're walking into the university as if they are going to be students here. So what's going on? What is going on? So what if we bung a bunch of money into each one now and do a dissertation for each one? So, well, we'll just give each one the big boy grant. They could be all the workers, to be honest. So still no one there. Still no one there. It could be all the workers just getting to that area. 6 people over there. We'll wait for this the current year to finish as well, and then we'll see what changes. So I think that's the best method. And again, we're just going to watch our education levels change. Only 6% highly educated at this point. We've got the capacities for the university. Look at the uneducated, down to 7%. So it's happening. It's just going to take some sweet, sweet time. But things are changing. They're not going to have enough workers. So might have to build some more residential, depending on how it goes. How far are we off now? Okay, right. There we go. The academic year has finished. So what would that mean? We get now enrolled a bunch of new students. We're still unrecognized for pretty much all of them. We unlock new buildings, but it doesn't really matter because we've got everything unlocked. So press OK. Does the university then take on new peeps? I don't know. We'll give it a new one. Each one. Because we can get leveled up to the next level and see what happens. There's the art school over here. 15 peeps now, so that's gone up a little bit more. No peeps. No peeps. Interesting. Let me tell you that. It's very, very interesting. So, okay. Okay. So, employment's at 12%. There's still a lot of jobs, so we might have to increase the population slightly. Right, so we've now managed to get the population over 50,000. That's with a kind of, you know, different variation of high density and low density residential. I also got like an airport in too, just to add some more to the city. Something that we kind of don't have right now. I also expanded the network a little bit for the subway system to get more people over here. So I haven't even checked it myself. So I'm quite excited to see now then with the extended population, how many more students do we have? So before we had a little bit for the art place and no one for the normal university and the trade school. So the normal university now, oh my goodness me, it has oh, okay, it has 335. Now this could be because everyone's decided to go here, or this could still be the lower one out of the 3 of them. Wow, okay. So I'm going to pause it for a second. And I'm going to also add... do you know what? We should just go for everything. Select everything right now. So, okay. So this had 339. This one's got 143. Okay, okay, right. So, okay, I feel like the students are now coming slightly. So that's also all enabled. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is the big one. The art school was the big one. And it's no longer top dog. The normal university has taken over in terms of how many students it has. So add all this to it as well then and see how we can rock and roll right now. This is going to be pretty good to see. How much it changed. What's the education levels like then? So 21% uneducated. That's because we just got like a huge bulk of peeps into the area. So they're all going to be uneducated to begin with. Right, let me just kind of get rid of that mode. Let's go from this side. So elementary school, this is how much is educated. You can see the uneducated now are pretty much all over here where we just got the new residents all in. High school, same kind of thing. Even though there's a lot of red around here, so some of the green is all here. We need more high school buildings, don't we? Right, we got some there. We can squeeze one in there, one in there. We'll get some over here. Squeeze one in there and one there. So more high school buildings, which completely fills the capacity needed there. Perfect. So that will just kind of educate them over time. So there's the high school now. University, we got ridiculous amounts of capacity for university. And public library as well. So it covers everybody that could possibly need it. So we see how things changing. So now with the new policies added in, this is now 288. So it has gone down a little bit. This is now 91, so that's gone down as well. I feel like they go down over the school term. Is it for all the people who drop out, do you reckon? It could be. It could be. That's fairly interesting. How many people are using this is what, 80. So people arriving by this, whether it's tourists or, you know, people from other countries coming to, you know, study at the campuses and whatnot. So what we've gathered so far from this experiment is, one, you could just have a university and it will educate the people. Two, having all three is not worth it unless you have like a ridiculous capacity city. Like I reckon you need at least 300,000 to have all three campuses as built up and complete as what I've got right now, just to house the sheer amount of students. No, it's actually gone back. Is it gone back up again, or is it dropping down a little bit? I think it's hovering right now. We're trying to get to near the end of the school year. It ends in 5 weeks, so we'll see what happens there. And then it would have completed the academy works as well. So all three of them, all three of them pretty much level up. What's this as well? Is this for the advertising? This is for the funding stuff. Yeah. It's blowing my mind, this is. So yeah, you don't need it over schools, but I'm just got them in to kind of speed up the process. Are more people using this? There's a lot of planes landed, isn't there? There is a lot of planes going on right now. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. I mean, the big thing is it's costing us a bomb. We're losing 140,000 because of it, which is interesting. This was at once screaming for workers, now has the workers as more people become educated. What's the job scenario like? So we could do with a few more jobs. How much is that zone spread out to? If I spread out the zone a bit more, I could then obviously zone more of this stuff. So with the paint bucket tool, get a couple of little bit extra offices in, a few more jobs. There's a little section there. I could add in, we'll do some high density commercial, because we could do with some more shopping areas. But with that all added in then, that should then technically reduce our unemployment slightly. It doesn't add a lot more jobs. It won't add a lot more jobs, but it will definitely employ some more people, which is exactly what we need. All this needs water. There we go. Oh, it's the end of the school term as well. So, the reputation is still uncategorized. We still can't get it up yet. Sports trophies won. 2 toga parties took place at this one campus 2 years ago. You can see the difference. So, we've actually increased the students, the academic works, campus attractiveness. Still uncategorized. I'm not too sure how. This could be another experiment of its own, is to try and get the highest level achieved for a campus. It's actually dropped some attractiveness for this one. So there's still the same level, but they add more students this year round. So maybe it's one of those things you just build it up over the years. So let's take a look at the campus now then. Next level. The next level, to get to the next level, it needs more students. Which, if you look at it now, the students are increasing now the new school year has started. So maybe that's how it works then, in waves. You have more at the start and then they slowly drop off as the year goes on. You know, it's what happens in real life, isn't it? You get everybody join at the start, but then people just drop out over the year. But it looks like now we've kind of stabilized it a bit more. Everything's more on an even playing field. We've got more people in. It feels like the general university is the one that takes it all. So I feel like it could be, the other stuff could be too specialized. We're having a little death wave as well. The other stuff could be too specialized for the area. Let's drop those in quickly. Well, not for the area. They could be too, I mean, obviously they are specialized, so not everyone's going to want to go for those dedicated stuff. 300 students we're now up to on this one. 178 there. Just over 100 there. So it's still climbing. It's definitely still climbing. Only very small the climb is. It's actually dipping down a bit now, so I think we reached the maximum. So that is fairly interesting. You give it all. You hand the city, this university, on a plate, but they still won't take it, and that's interesting. My last thing I want to do now then is actually add in a university. So if I was to add this in, and if I can squeeze it in just there, and that's a normal university. Nothing extra, nothing added to it. Just the general university that you get in the city. And will it take on any students? Because this is not like like it has like the school year. I mean, it could do. It could all play off this school year that have added in. But university students in the city, there's only 666. Oh, at the devil's work. Right, there we go. It's gone past it. But there's not that many university students in. So it's something that you're going to progress on. And that is really, really cool. Are we going to push this 700 mark at this point? So even with that, this university in, not everybody wants to go everywhere. So let's take a look now then. So we still at floating the 300. 180. Ooh! 245. So now the trade school is kicking in. Okay, is the trade school going to overtake the general university? It could do. Look at that, 293. 290. We go 300. Would it break 300? 300. It's now become the most popularized university, the school out of all of them. So that's even more interesting than it. So now the trade school takes over. From my testing and playing around now, I don't think you can quite get one particular school to be better than the other. It's all down to their free will. I don't know whether it's because I added in more industrial stuff that they're going for more like of a trade skill background now. But then again, the art school is building up too. So maybe it just kind of levels out. Is this university taking on anybody? No. But it's nearly up to 1,000 students. You're like 900 there. It's building up and up as more and more people get educated. It's pretty cool, isn't it? It is pretty cool. You've got to admit that. So they've won both times. They've lost both times. They've won and lost one. So this one takes the biscuit when it comes to the sports. Still can't break 300 again. This one's now up to 317. This one's up to... Wow, now the art school is taken over. That is crazy. Wow. So, to answer the question of which one is better, it's a tough one. Because if you take into account the amount of students that go to them, it looks like after all is done, all is, said and finished and all that kind of good stuff, the art school has always been in the lead throughout this experiment. And even when we got the big bulk of now, the highest amount of university students we could have in the city, they're all still leaning towards the art school. It, took the lead at the start, then came back a bit, now it's taken the lead again. And out of all three of them, if I select all of them, the art school is also the second most expensive in terms of expensives. Now, if I was to enable or take away the free university, so let's take away universal education on all three. Where do we fall out with the money? What then makes us the bulk of the money based on the students? So we got 350 in the general university. We have 380 in the trade school. And we have 440 in the art school. Now the money we're making is not amazing. Honestly, it's not amazing. But we are having ridiculous expenses for the policies. We have thrown in a lot of money for the staff costs and the sport upkeeps as well. But as you look at the expenses, it's all borderline the same. Nothing is more than the other one. It's all come down to the building upkeep. And they've got the same amount of buildings in. Just some of them are different. Just different. That's literally all it comes down to, is being different. But we're getting close to breaking 500 students in the art school. On the way to breaking 500 in the university campus. And the trade school is slowly behind there. But I'm going to say, out of all of this, when it's done and dusted, I think we can all agree that the art school was ahead on everything. It is also cheaper than the general university. In terms of points, campus building point, that's 1855, 1885, and 1865. So the art school is slightly behind on points, but what takes the biscuit is because this university's sports team won more, it has more sports points. So 1780 on campus buildings, 1780, 1780. So really, it all comes down to the sports buildings, what takes the edge on points. But yeah, crazy. Wow. Okay, so then the university itself, the general one, has now broken the 500 student barrier, and the art school is still pushing the boat. So there's 1,400 students in the city. Nobody wants to use the previous university. But how cool is it? So guys, I think we're going to end it for there. I think it's conclusive. I would say the art school takes the edge, but it's not viable to have all three in a city with such a small population. What we have learned is that you can have the university's campus in, and you don't have to have any other school because it instantly starts giving them the education. But what I will say is, to get the university students, you do need them to have the education. So to get the university students, because that is completely different from any other type of students, you need to get them educated. So it is quicker to give the high school, the elementary, than this university campus to get them to where they need to be. But if you want to take the longer route, the cheaper route is to not have the elementary school and high school, just have the campus, but it will take you longer to get university students. But it definitely 100% is possible. It is possible. Guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.